lovely people, welcome back to my channel. Yep, we are back again with another video. I hope you guys are all doing great. I hope everyone is staying safe. But yeah, I'm actually excited about today's video because I have my sister from another mother here with me.
Hi guys.
I'm actually excited on this because today we're gonna have a very interesting conversation. We're gonna dive deeper into some things. But I know that there are things that, you know, are gonna bring a lot of awareness. There are things that are gonna help a lot of parents and young people as well. So we're gonna go straight into it.
Cool.
Do you want to introduce yourself quickly, and then so that they get to know you and they can come and visit you as well?
Don't visit me, it's Corona time. Yeah, my name is Anthea. Yeah, so what was I saying? My name.
Your name. What you do.
Okay, yeah, so my name's Anthea. What do I do? I'm in between jobs at the moment. Yeah, I'm a support worker, and I also work with children as well. I'm also a creative.
Come on.
I'm a writer.
Yeah, very good one at that.
Thank
Professional.
you. Yes, that's just me.
Great.
And I like hot chocolate.
Of course now. Anyway, we're gonna go straight into it. So today's video, we're going to talk about your upbringing. We're going to go into like specific areas. Basically, you're going to talk us through how education was like for you. Yeah, like the pressures that you faced. So in education wise, I did a video some time back, and I spoke about high expectations that parents has for their kids, and you know, with expectations, there are two sides to it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's normal and it's good for parents to have expectations for their kids.
Children, yeah.
You know, because which parent wants something bad for their kids? Yeah. Every parent wants something great for their children.
Yeah.
So it's good to have great expectations for your kids. It's necessary. But sometimes the way that is navigated can have an effect on the children. Because when you have expectation of your child, you're like, oh, I want you to do this. Make sure you are on your game. Make sure you pass. Make sure you get this grade, which is good. But if we don't get to see their feelings and how they are doing emotionally, it can affect them.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about expectations and how was it like for you growing up? How was education like for you growing up? Yeah.
Okay, so if I start right back at the beginning, I started going to school in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And, went to primary school, secondary school in Nigeria before I moved to the UK with my family.
Yeah.
And education, it was great. I was doing well academically. I was top of my class, always getting good grades. And there was never a bad grade that I had. I always had something good to show to, and when I came here, I was also doing great as well, even better. I was gifted and talented in all the different groups for smart children. I was very intelligent and I always did well.
Wow.
And that was what the standard was for me anyway. I didn't know what it was like. The lowest I would get on something would be like a B or something.
Oh wow.
And I was just a straight A student. So education was going great for me. Growing up.
Okay. Did you see any changes at all? Obviously, because it was great for you growing up, you were hitting the A's and all that. But did you see any changes at some point, or was it smooth A's all the way through?
It was smooth all the way through until I got to college.
Right.
And when I got to college, I was doing well in my first year. I think what was I studying? I was studying sciences. I wanted to become a pharmacist.
That's something you actually wanted to become?
At the time I thought that was what I wanted to become.
Okay, right.
But that's what I was groomed to become, like to do something in science. That my dad was always like, this is what you're doing. He never said, I never really thought, what do I want to do? Because I never really had the chance to think of that.
Okay.
So when I got to college, that's when I started failing.
Was it because you didn't have, it wasn't something you really thought you would do, but because maybe your dad was like, oh, okay?
Honestly, in hindsight, I would say yes, but I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
I really worked hard.
Okay.
I did the same thing I did every time I had exams, I studied. I didn't have a social life, you know, at college. I was always studying. I was always reading my books. I was doing extra, and I was failing. So it was very difficult. That's when everything just went downhill for me, academically, because I thought I was very like, I'm smart, and this is what I had, and I didn't think I was good at anything else than just to be smart. And at that point, it just looked like I was dumb because I was failing. And yeah, to end that, I basically ended up failing college. So I left college with like D's.
Wow. So, in hindsight, what was going through your mind at that point when you failed? Like, what did you think maybe your dad, because your dad really wanted you to do science, like that's something that I assume he really wanted.
Yeah.
So when you failed, somebody who was doing so well, when you failed, what were you thinking in regards to your dad, what he would think? What was it like for you?
I knew that my dad was going to be really disappointed in me.
Yeah.
I remember results day. I remember results day. That was like the worst, like one of the worst days of my education life. I was already scared that I thought I was going to fail because the maths exam I did was just tough. I was really scared that I was thinking maybe I might get a C, you know. I didn't think I was gonna get a D. You know, I got there and I remember I got my results and I opened it and I saw it and I didn't even cry at the school. I just walked out of the place and I remember like I just thought my dad is actually going to kill me.
Gosh.
I was like, my dad is gonna kill me. Like I legit thought this is the end. Like I didn't see any way forward. And I didn't know how to approach my dad about it. I was just walking home thinking, how am I going to tell my dad that I failed? How am I going to tell my dad that I failed? Like, my dad is going to kill me, my dad's going to kill me, my dad's going to be very disappointed in me, you know, this, that and the other. Like, I don't even think I was thinking how I think about myself. I think I was just thinking
about your dad. It was more of your dad.
How am I going to fix it? You know, like I thought, it's just the end. Like, I'm not going to be able to fix it. Yes, that's what was going through my mind.
So eventually, I'm sure you told him.
Yeah, I told him. I got home, I told him. My mom was like screaming, like, you know, doing all histrionics up and down. And my dad, I remember like he was just like, okay, and he was quiet and he didn't say anything. He just didn't say anything. And in my mind, like him not saying anything just meant that he was very deeply disappointed in me.
So would you say that was like a high expectation coming from his side on you, because that's really something he wanted you to do and you failed? Yeah. It
was an expectation. Obviously, every parent, like you said earlier, every parent would not. No parent would want their child to come out of like you know, college or any educational system with a D. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because no parent would want that. So it was definitely like his expectation of me to do well in every aspect, like to be excellent.
I mean, every parent would want that.
100%. To be like over excellent.
So can you like talk us through the pressure? Because, you know, moving forward, you come into uni and now you're not doing science. Obviously, we went to uni together, so I know you didn't study science. How was it like? Did your dad always want you to continue studying science at uni even? Yeah,
he did. So the plan was that I would like, I remember I deferred my entry into uni. I took a gap year, a break and stuff, and I was working for a bit. And the plan was that I would study pharmaceutical science and then segue into pharmacy, like take that route. And I told my dad that that's what I was going to do, because I knew that he still wanted me to do that. And my dad was always like, Anthea, you have potential, don't give up, you know, don't give up on this thing. And I was just like, kind of like, yeah, I won't give up. And then it wasn't actually until I retook my exams that I failed. And the thing is, nobody asked me to retake them. I deferred my entry. I was going to go through pharmaceutical science and whatnot. I retook my exams and for myself, to prove to myself that I'm not dumb. You know? And I failed again. And it was at that point that I was kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
I don't think I really want to do this. And it's really stripping me of my confidence. But I also thought that I don't want to give up, because if I give up, then it seems like I'm a quitter. Do you know what I mean? But then at that point, I was kind of like, I don't know, maybe this is just not what I'm meant to do. And it was only until I had a talk with my uncle at the time. And my uncle went to me, Anthea, you're a smart girl, you're an intelligent girl, but I just see you more doing like writing, creative speaking, public speaking, all these things. I see you more doing that. Like, try something different. Just try something different. You don't have to do what your dad is telling you to do. So he was the one that gave me the push to kind of be like, so we researched courses together, and then I saw the course that, you know, obviously you found me, studying creative and professional writing. So yeah, but my dad was not in support. I actually had to stand behind my uncle. Like, my uncle talked to my dad, you know, and be like, this is what Anthea wants to do. My dad was not in support. In fact, my first year of uni, I think my dad was still not in support. It was only until my second year that he started, you know, warming up to the idea, but he wasn't in support of me doing it. He just thought, you know, I've tried my best, she doesn't want to listen to me. But yeah, he really wasn't in support of me doing that.
So, at your second year of uni, what made him now agree with the course you're doing? What made him?
I think maybe because he saw that I enjoyed it. You know, he saw that he didn't need to push me to do it or something. Like, I was just doing it, and at that point I was not even doing it to please him per se. I was doing it for myself, because this is what I wanted to study. This is what I chose to study myself. So the effort that I was putting in was for myself. It was slightly, to be honest, it was slightly to be like, okay, I chose it, but I can still, you know, like, how do I explain it? You know, like when I chose to defy him, I did the opposite of what I wanted to do. I had to prove to him that I'm doing the right thing. So if I failed in it, I knew that I would be proving him right.
Right. Oh, that's deep.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
That was also like an added pressure when I was at uni. Like, I was just like, I need to make sure I do the best
to prove him
wrong.
Yeah.
So that he cannot. So that he won't be like, oh, I told you to do that. You didn't listen to me, and you defied me, and you are now failing in it. Yeah. So yeah.
So how was your relationship with your dad like then? With, like, obviously you've changed your course now and stuff like that. So were you able to maybe sit him down? Yeah. Was there any point that you sat your dad down to maybe tell him that you're not okay with the course that he wanted you to do, that he wanted to change it? Were you able to do that? And or you just...
I don't think so, because I had this like fear of my dad, you know, like my dad was very strict. Like, my dad said this and he did it. There was no like, oh no,
right,
you know, he would say this and you do it. So I didn't know how to come to my dad and be like, oh daddy, I don't want to do this anymore. I would kind of like just, you know, either like do something else and not tell him, you know, or just do exactly what he told me to do.
You know, all these things that you went through, the pressure, and you wanted to please your dad, you know, with the course, and obviously you wanted to please your dad, because I'm sure that when you were doing those science courses, at some point you came to realize that it wasn't for you, right?
Yeah.
Did you come into that realization when you were failing?
It was when I was failing that I came to that realization. Yeah. And I just felt like, okay, I know everything is hard, but it was so hard. It was really difficult, and it was also really difficult to push myself with it. Yeah. I didn't think, it's not like I didn't have the ability to do it. I just felt like it wasn't for me.
For you, yeah.
But it took me a long time to have the language for that, because even when I came to uni, I battled with whether I shouldn't have quit doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I battled with whether I shouldn't have quit doing science, and I should have just done, you know, I should have just done science instead of doing the course that I was currently doing. And I actually battled with that in my first year and stuff, because it goes back to me like ascribing the fact that my dad wanted me to do it, and he saw that as, I saw doing that as like, if I do it, I'm worthy of, you know, like I'm worthy. And then not doing it meant that I was doing something below what I was, you know, you know? I don't know if
that worthiness is deep. Can you speak a little bit about that?
I mean, like, in relation to education, I mean, I think, if I'm being honest, I know it sounds really bad, but I think I found a lot of my worth in my identity, I would say, in my grades, in education, like grades and achievements was where I found my identity. And I'm talking about this in hindsight, because when it was happening, I didn't know it was happening, but I just know that I just wanted to achieve things, just wanted to do things so I could feel good about myself. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, when I told you that when I failed at college, I felt like I lost every bit of my identity. Like, I didn't feel like I had anything worthy about me, because I had self-esteem issues. I didn't think I was, like, you know, pretty. I didn't think I was this or that. I only knew that I was smart, and all of a sudden I wasn't smart. So I was just like, so what am I? What is my what is my value?
What's your value?
You know? And then my dad saw value in me, but the conversations we had was only around education. So I wanted to prove that I was worthy in the one thing that my dad saw as being worthy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is education, which was in my academics, which was in my grades, which was in my achievements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
wow, that's deep. Were you upset about it at all?
Yeah, I think I did have like a bit of resentment towards not a bit, quite a lot of resentment towards my dad, because I felt like I wish he had supported me in the gifts that he saw that I had from when I was young, because I've always been creative. But I understand where he was coming from. I knew he wanted the best for me, but I wish that he had, like, you know, picked up on that instead of projecting what he thought was the best for me. Right. Like, what he thought was the best might not be what's best for me.
That's right.
I wish he hadn't, like, done that. So I had a lot of resentment towards him for that. But like I told you, what I'm gonna say again, like, he apologized to me recently, and he actually acknowledged that he was very, very hard on me, and he was very tough on me growing up. Wow. Because he saw me as the template for my siblings. I'm the firstborn, and he saw me as a template for my siblings. So he was very strict, very hard on me, because he wanted me to be the best. And he just apologized for being, like, very hard on me. And he apologized for being strict. He apologized for not seeing, you know, that I could be the best in whatever it is that God had made me to be, and he didn't have to project that on me, and that he was willing to support me in whatever it is that I wanted to do.
How did you see that apology, and how are you now?
It was very complex. It was a very complex emotion for me. I felt good about it, but it also meant that, like, I had to let go of every single resentment that I felt towards my dad. I had to let go of it. And I was kind of holding on to a little bit of it, and letting go of it meant that I now have to take responsibility for the effects of the consequences of me feeling like that, which was like,
because you can't justify yourself anymore.
I couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Now I had to deal with the I don't want to use the word toxic, but, like, just the consequences of how my upbringing. I have to deal with it now. I can't be like, oh yeah, because my dad did that, and that's how this is the way I am.
You can't hold it forever.
I couldn't say that anymore. Now I have to be like, I'm responsible for the way I am. I'm responsible for working through and unlearning all these things, and finding my worth and understanding my identity. That's right. So yeah, that was that part, and I was grateful to him for, you know, apologizing.
I think he did amazing.
Not only, you know, I didn't even expect it from him. Do you know what I mean? So it was. I just thank God for that. And the second part was,
what would you say to parents in regards to expectations in a short summary, and also what would you say to that young person dealing with identity or finding their worth in education?
Okay, so I guess to parents, I would say, like, you know, parenting is such a difficult job. You're doing a great job, and I feel like it's very good to have expectations. But one thing I would say is, please take the time to listen to your child. Take the time to learn your child, learn their passions, learn their interests, because that's probably what it is that they will actually be great in.
Come on.
And encourage them, encourage that passion, encourage that interest, because you won't struggle, you won't have to beg them to do it, they will just do it. Do you know what I mean? So I would say, like, just take time to learn that. And for the young person like me that finds their worth in education, that if you get a bad grade, like, you're just completely out of it, you don't know who you are if you're not doing well, I just want to tell you that you are worth it by yourself. You're not what you do. You're not what you do. You're not your achievements. You're not your grades. You are who you are. You are unique without any of that.
That's
and
right.
I would just encourage you to just learn yourself
Oh, I
learn yourself.
Yeah.
Learn yourself, learn your interest. It can start from something small. It can start from just knowing that, you know, you like, you know, chocolate ice cream more than you like vanilla ice cream.
Come
just
on.
knowing different parts of
Yeah.
your makeup, what makes you you. That's what I would encourage you to do, to unlearn that, because it's taken me a long time to unlearn and separate and dissociate myself from the fact that I am not, you know, if I'm not doing well at education, it doesn't mean that I'm just, that's it, that's the end of my life. I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable, because I am. I'm 100%. Actually a valuable person. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Oh my God, Anthea. It's amazing.
Thank you for having me.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, honestly. Thank you for sharing your truth, and thank you for being so transparent. Thank you for owning, you know, everything that you went through, and also taking responsibility, because it's one thing to say that, okay, I experienced this. It's another thing to own it and then to take responsibility and work on it. Do you get what I'm saying? So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
I know
so much
I
for
am
having
really
me.
blessed, so I know a lot of people will be blessed as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you were inspired, and please comment below your thoughts, your experiences. Comment below if you relate. Comment below your suggestions, anything, so that we can all learn and grow together. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a family, guys. Don't leave us to do it all by ourselves. This is a family. Join the community so that we can all grow together. So if you haven't followed us yet on our social media pages, it's PUC Convos. So Instagram PUC Convos, Facebook PUC Convos, and Twitter PUC Convos. Join us, and yeah, let's grow. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.